Welcome to Ecomm Cowboy. This is D2C's daily show where we believe advertising is awesome, ignorance is expensive, and the American dream is alive and well on the interwebs today. It is Monday, August 24th, 2026, in the year of our Lord. We're coming to you live and in living color from a beautiful yet undisclosed location hidden in the Austin, Texas hills. We're brought to you by Slash, Rocked, Aftercell, Sati, Proxima, Universal Ads, Tie, Trend Track, Propel, Rich Panel, Intelligence, Northbeam, Saguno, Postscript, and more. And boy, have we got a jam-packed show for you today. The State of TikTok Shop Q3 has been released. A lot of good things happening over there, but spoiler alert, it's happening for the best 0.1% of all shops. That is the case. We are going to dive into all of the stats. Also, are there illegal drugs being sold on TikTok Shop? There are on all of the platforms. Actually, very interesting story that has come out today in a major publication. What I will say is, if you've been around for a while, you know that this takes place. Under Armour has ended its partnership with The Rock. That is correct. They have broken up. Is this bullish for Under Armour's future? Methinks that it is. Peptides for pups, very real, going to be a huge market, and Americans want more protein in 5 minutes or less. Going to be joined by Marcus Ohanesian, CEO of Perfect Evolution. Going to talk about CRO, accessibility, and all the necessary things that we need so that we don't get sued, as well as Zoe Kahn from Inevitable Agency. She shall be joining us to talk CX and more. As always, I am joined by my partner in crime, Colin Dougherty. Colin, run inside of this show. You run inside of this show.
Wow.
Can I just say, you look good in the hat. You look good.
Thank you. Oh, wow.
Is this a new hat that I see?
This is a new hat from Shopify's brand new collection.
Oof.
Look at this. Got this little action here.
What's it say on the front? What's it say?
We got entrepreneur on the front. We got a little
gang
Shopify logo on the back.
Gang.
And then we got, see if you can see that guy.
What's that say there?
Look at that.
What's it say?
Incredible. It just says entrepreneur. It's the Shopify logo. Yeah.
Wow. Safest job in the whole world. Entrepreneur.
It's
also means you're employee of the month every month.
They collabed with 47 brand as well, which is pretty cool.
Sharp. Incredible. I think I think there may be a package coming my way too. Maybe we will be sporting similar jackets here on the show.
I got
together. Is that
I got two packages. I got two.
Packages?
They gave me yours too, so I just got yours instead.
No. Did they really send?
Dude.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh, bro, you got to send to me. No, you have to send to me. You have to send to me. What I got in the mail recently was this sport drink.
Oh,
this is
what flavor did you get?
Strawberry lime America time. I have to say, I have not mixed it at all. What I just been doing is this guy.
Oh my god,
just a little bit of that. Wow, we're talking about a great way to just liven up your palate.
Wow,
also make you feel better.
I got Arnold Palmer.
Yeah, you did. I picked that one for you because I knew that you would like it.
Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, top of the show, current thing upon the interwebs, the state of TikTok shops in Q3. What do the numbers read? How are things going over there? This coming to us by way of Aheen, knower of ball inside of our space over at Net Influencer. Some very interesting things to take away here at the tippity top. The first of which I read now. You scroll with me, Producer Jack. Two things can be true at the same time. First, TikTok Shop has arrived. Americans have purchased an estimated $11.8 billion of product on the platform in the first half of the year. That's a lot. Double what they bought in the first half of 2025 per Momentum Works, okay? There is some momentum on TikTok Shop. The Singapore research firm that tracks TikTok Shop sales. Second, brands have not caught up. Scroll up, Producer Jack, and show us this graphic here. This graphic says a lot. Sorry, go back, Producer Jack. Go back to the top of the article there. The top 1% of sellers take 60% of all sales. The top 1% take 60% of all sales. The bottom half take 0.1%. Isn't that crazy?
It's
That's
brutal.
crazy distribution of performance there.
Yeah.
Nee continues, second, brands have not caught up. The top 1% of sellers take 60% of all sales, and the bottom half take only 0.1%, according to Marketplace Pulse. One of the platform's most successful agencies actually tells clients to stay off of it. Interesting, because they are likely to lose money. I mean, we have had numerous
We've talked about this. Yeah.
people come on and say, hey, you need to invest 6 months, okay, before you're going to receive positive ROI on the platform. Doesn't mean that you won't see positive ROI in other places. When a channel arrives before brands are ready, the result is uncertainty over where it belongs in the media mix and what role it should play in overall strategy. What follows are 7 key observations about the current state of the platform meant to separate the facts on the ground from the hype, give a marketing leader what they need to decide whether TikTok Shop fits in their overall plan or not. Before we continue here, Colin Dougherty, your thoughts on this, sir?
Yeah, I mean, this makes a ton of sense. I feel like this 1%, if Jack, if you wanted to go back up, but that 1% kind of makes me feel like it is the brands that bet super early on TikTok Shop and actually nailed the system, because it's not just like you can fire up some meta ads and just like get rock and roll in the same way with TikTok Shop. That 1% of, sellers that take 60% of all sales, I think that 1% is people that have a full dialed in system for TikTok Shop. I'm talking like head to toe, A to Z, full system that they built out so that they can run TikTok Shop as its own completely viable channel with its own viable team behind it. It's not just an afterthought. These guys are really pushing aggressively to kind of solidify the channel, push the halo effect. And also, they're acutely aware that you need to invest those 6 months, but these guys bet super early on. So they're already, 12, 18 months, 24 months into this thing. So they're way past the 6 months of investment.
I think, probably timing, getting in early probably has something to do with it. I also think just here in the least past 12, 18 months, there have been a number of shops that have charted out the path and pioneered the path, which is what, Chris? It's going, recruiting said creators, providing a place, be it Discord, be it Slack, somewhere where you can manage and maintain that relationship. And also it's incentivizing them heavily and even more heavily, with the spin ups of things like Tribe and such, and finding ways to say, hey, if you can maintain performance here, etc., you get a banger. We're going to turn around, put it on Meta, and we're going to give you a cut of the spend in performance over there. That has come out as of late. It's the Hudson method. It's the army of affiliates. Frostbuddy has talked about it, etc. We've had so many people come on and talk about this. That wasn't exactly paved out and known 2 years ago, 3 years ago. Maybe it was, but it wasn't as broadly talked about. And so maybe, people, maybe they did start in early, maybe they got it, or maybe they just started here in the past 18 months, but they already had a path paved out for them. There is for sure a way to take on the platform now. And I think many of the naysayers, even some of the early naysayers that we have had here on the show, have now changed their mind, because there is a very definite path to go forward on the platform and benefit the whole of your business.
All the top 1% is just only the clients that are of the T-bar guys. It's just like it's like all of them. It's like, there's a common kind of through story to this. What's going on here? Oh, it's all these super cracked out guys that are crushing it. Got it. Cool. Got it. It's these guys.
Everybody that's with T-Bar and Zane. Those are
basically those
are the top 1%.
That would be. Oh, did they release this publicly? Is this public info?
This is public info. Yeah, you can get a net influencer.
Can you see the top 1% of all companies?
No.
That's what I want. So if you could figure that out and then actually look into and compare it with the T-bar guys and compare it with Zane and be like, they just make up like most of the top 1%.
Well, I think you could suss out a number of things
You
if we had
can.
access to Kalo data, for example,
Yeah.
which the article purports as being directionally accurate. I think you could get inside of Kalo data and other places and you could suss out like, well, I know these people work with them and I know these people work with them. Of course, there's also Social Commerce Club. There's everything that Jordan West and his group is doing as well. Probably there are some big similarities with like everybody works with these guys. That's who makes up this top 1%, which turns out is more than half of all of the sales on TikTok. That's crazy. That kind of disparity to me is what's fascinating. And then
makes sense to me.
The bottom half of stores make up 0.1%. I mean, there's people who are making a ton and then finding ways to win with Meta on, with the creative and such, and feeling the halo effect on Amazon and in retail and on their .com, etc. And then there's a lot of people who are literally just kind of wandering in the wilderness and not making a dime. It seems to me that this like confirms a number of the narratives that we have had and operators that have come on the show and purported, hey, this is great, but you got to take it really serious and you got to invest 3 months. I mean, 6 months. You got to really invest when that creator, maintain the relationship with the creator so that you can win the customer. If not directly on TikTok Shop, then other places like Amazon and Meta and more.
100%. I mean, I think that is massive, and also creating a place for the creator to live other than just email. Like this, a big example is the T-Bar guys use Discord. Creating this like very easy to use communication channel. Discord is a really easy one. Some people use WhatsApp. A couple folks use Telegram, but I wouldn't probably recommend that. But you really need to pull that creator away from email and into a really nice owned channel. I can only speak to the experience that Nicole has had being a creator on TikTok.
Well, that was just kind of slipped in there. Can we learn a little more? You just kind of slipped that one in late in the game there, big boy.
Nicole's a massive creator on TikTok, and I just don't talk about it. Yeah,
Stop,
she's huge.
Bro.
She's huge. She's huge, and like a ton of people have reached out to her, and so I kind of see it from both sides of the story on like how she gets reached out to versus how people are managing like that conversation. And there's been some really amazing like breakthrough brands that have reached out to her that are like, they do a great job with it.
Jack, did you know this? Did you know this? I feel like Colin's been like hiding. Yeah, exactly.
It's crazy.
You've been hiding this. Bro, we have been on here talking for hours every day since January.
Yeah.
You have hid this information the entire time.
The whole time, yeah.
There's a sneaky great creator on TikTok and TikTok shops here among us. And I'm just finding out here. I mean, it's almost September. It's nearly fall.
Yeah. I mean, she has a couple of videos that have pushed way over 1 million views, and she's cracked. She's cracked out. She's really good at it. Incredible brands she's worked with, like Huggies, La Roche-Posay, some incredible brands.
Wow. It's crazy. Well, fascinating. Appreciate you giving us that info. Maybe can we have Nicole on the show? I mean,
we should. That'd be funny.
Is that an option?
We should talk to her. About it.
Do you think she would be down? Would she be down for coming on the show?
She might be. That'd be funny.
She might. I have been notified here that we had a few technical difficulties. Why don't we try, Producer Jack, moving forward to stories of the day on our way? A word from our sponsors over at Ty. Play it for us, Producer Jack. Your email provider and your tech stack probably only recognizes about 1/3 of your returning shoppers. Everyone else, they're browsing anonymously, and your flows, they're just sit idle. Ty identifies up to 70% of your total site traffic and pushes those shoppers into the flows that you already run. Caraway, as an example, uses Ty's predict scoring to lift opens by 40%, clicks by 30%, while sending 20% fewer emails. Go book a walkthrough. Go to meetty.com/cowboy. When you do, tell them that Colin and I sent you today. Many thanks for Ty being part of the show. If your growth is plateauing, Speaking of TikTok shop, speaking of TikTok, big story out of Forbes today. This is a kind of a cover your mouth surprised moment, especially if you have not been involved in e-commerce. I wasn't surprised at all, but I know it is shocking for a
0%.
number of people kind of tangentially on the edge of our industry. Come to find out, Forbes lets us know there are people selling drugs on TikTok.
Do you like that response?
This was one of the biggest one of the biggest meme moments.
Really?
This guy.
You think they're doing it on Instagram too?
Do you think they may be selling illegal drugs on Meta also?
What?
This is crazy. Who knew that? Yeah,
Somebody better crack down.
Somebody better crack down. This tweet here coming to us by way of Forbes. I do have a bit of the article to read as well. TikTok prohibits the promotion or sale of illegal drugs. Fair. Good on them. Yeah. Controlled drugs and drug paraphernalia. But over the last 2 weeks, a singular TikTok account operated by Forbes was served ads from 21 different accounts pushing street drugs like cocaine and controlled medications like Xanax. I read a little more from the article. I just have to say, again, ladies and gentlemen, this has been happening for years on all the platforms. If you didn't know, now you know. Let me give you some details from the article. In July, TikTok ran an ad that could have doubled as evidence in a drug bust. In it, a hand rattled a bottle of white pills at the camera, while smooth jazz singer Sade purred, "Is it a crime?" The label was obscured, but the pills were stamped with the code for opioid painkiller Percocet. Other videos from the account touted ADHD medication Vyvanse and trash bags stuffed with boxes for other controlled drugs that contain the painkiller opium, a Schedule II narcotic, opioid derivatives like codeine, a Schedule III narcotic, and anxiety medication Xanax, a Schedule IV benzo, etc. Same TikTok account ran 27 similar ads across the social network in July, targeting users interested in health and wellness, mostly in Germany, the Netherlands, and Ireland. The sale of such medications without a prescription is illegal in all 3 countries. TikTok has, over the last month, hosted a series of ads from accounts pushing illegal street drugs like cocaine, methamphetamine, cannabis, as well as controlled substances like Adderall, Xanax, and Valium. That's part of a black market advertising bonanza on the social media site, where sellers are now hawking fake GLP-1 weight loss drugs and experimental Chinese peptides alongside knockoff luxury handbags and sneakers. Now, this sounds like a big gotcha. Okay. Like, this has been happening on all of the platforms for years. I don't know how people do it, but I am continually shocked whenever I'm on Instagram or whatever. Like, you will see like one of these truly Wild West, like out of left field type ads where people are advertising. There was even an example in a Slack that I was in recently where somebody was advertising a massage and maybe, a little
we're in the same Slack.
A little too personal of a massage afterward. Okay. Crazy. These things happen. They will continue to happen. I don't think this is like TikTok's fault. Of course, they don't want this to happen, but this is not like some huge gotcha. This has been happening for years. I think it's kind of hilarious that Forbes is just now up to date on this. Your thoughts on this, Colin?
Yeah, I mean, it's wild that Forbes is breaking this story like it's absolutely groundbreaking news. This has been happening for forever. And it's also, there's a couple things to this. One, it's been happening for forever. The people that are selling them always find loopholes around all of this. And so it's like, basically I don't want to like educate people on the loophole, but like the loophole is like you push it directly to a site or you push something to a messenger, and then the person will start to message with you, and then you purchase directly through that off of something. So you're not actually pushing directly to sale. So that's kind of how they keep working around this, is they kind of just like, it's an education type of thing. It's like an education sort of deal. But it's kind of like heads of the snake, really. You chop one off and then 5 more kind of shoot out. There isn't really going to be a way to fully cut this off forever. I don't think so. I mean, the regulation would have to get so insane off of videos as you're pushing them out and like accounts created. Like it would have to be really intense regulation for this to like fully tamper down. And I think you would also, as a byproduct, end up hurting creators a little bit because you'd have some people just from that, friendly fire just getting clipped off. But obviously this happens and you don't want to see this, and you also don't want people pushing very dangerous drugs out there and fake drugs out there. It's extremely dangerous.
It's dangerous. Ladies and gentlemen, the internet is the Wild West. Okay. The e-commerce and the internet and consumer, it is the digital frontier of our age. And what did you find in the old West? You found you found snake oil salesmen, and you found opioids in the Wild West, and you found outlaws and in-laws and acts of God and all kind of disasters, but you also found generational wealth opportunities and the American dream as well, manifest destiny even. So the metaphor, the picture for what was happening in the late 1800s and the opportunities in the vast West, they are still here and among us, but that frontier is digital today. And people will find the loopholes, and they do, as you have so aptly described. I don't think this is going to end. It's not a shocker if you have been around. I think when people do, and when I see these kind of ads, it makes you wonder, like, golly, my little ad where I was like showing what my product could do and how it could transform somebody's life. That one got taken down. That one didn't get pushed out. Got my ad account banned over here. Totally illegitimate. I don't know why it got taken down. Somehow people are selling illegal narcotics and their ads are running and our ad account isn't taken down. That can be very frustrating. I will remember probably my favorite example of one of these type of products was a guy who had a broccoli roller. That's what it was described as. And he would show you how you could chop up this greenish herb that was broccoli, and you could roll it in a specific kind of paper, and then you could smoke the broccoli.
Yeah, it's true.
I was like, wow, this guy they have gone to great lengths to describe how one can chop and roll said broccoli and smoke it, perhaps, with this neat invention. People are going to find all kinds of ways. Have you seen any like this? Did you see that one?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen some crazy stuff, like, and it always reminds me of, I don't know if you know the Stephen A. Smith soundbite when he's like, and he was on crack. Like, I get my ad account banned, and then like I'm looking over to this ad account, and it's like they're literally selling cocaine, and I'm like, and he's on, and that's on crack. They're selling crack, and I get my ad account banned. Like, what? Look at him. Do you see what they're selling? And they're like, honestly, have you tried increasing your budget? Have you thought about that? It's like, dog, that's who I'm bidding against? That's crazy.
Yeah. There are many ways upon the interwebs, and the DR growth demons will find their way.
They're honestly, hear me out for like 5 seconds here.
Okay.
There should be a like head hunting reward system for brands where if I, as a brand owner, tell you, like, advertising platform about like sketchy people you should ban, you give me ad credits.
That'd be nice.
And if it's like legit, so it's like, hey, here's a drug dealer, ban, I get $1,000 in ad credits, or like whatever.
It'd also be a very sneaky way to bother your potential competitors. It's got to be your vertical. You just go report every one of their ads.
It's got to be legit.
It's got to be legit. And that would be interesting. It would be interesting for those of us who are terminally online, as you must be if you are going to win inside of consumer. Moving forward here, ladies and gentlemen, Under Armour has broken up with The Rock. Shocker. I know.
Not a shock.
I actually have thought that this was necessary. I have long thought that this partnership, like, does it make sense for Under Armour? Apparently now it is official that this is very definitely over. This article comes to us by way of Retail Dive. Headline here: Under Armour ends partnership with The Rock amid marketing reset. Now, let me ask you this, Colin Dougherty. I know, a difficult question. If you need to do a marketing reset, is marketing working?
Oh gosh, definitely not. I mean, this just means a org reset, honestly.
If you must do a marketing reset, one could assume current marketing not working.
Not good.
That is not what CEO of Under Armour has to say, though.
That's crazy.
He has to say here later on in the article, marketing's fine. Marketing's doing good. Why did said relationship end? Well, it just kind of died of natural causes, is what they are purporting here. I read Under Armour last week lost another longtime brand ambassador in Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, who announced Thursday that his training brand Project Rock has ended its partnership with Under Armour. Project Rock, founded in 2017, developed an assortment of footwear, apparel, accessories through its relationship with Under Armour. Now the brand will focus on deepening its connection with customers and creating innovative ways for people to discover what training can build within them. I do like this framing, but I think this is a nice way to say, like, Under Armour's done with us. Under Armour said in a statement that the partnership was coming to a natural conclusion after a decade-long run. Quote, as we sharpen our focus, strengthen our core business, we're creating a more unified expression in our train categories, spokesperson said. We're incredibly grateful to DJ and his entire team for their partnership, friendship, and everything we've built together over the past decade. We wish him and his team nothing but continued success. This marks the second long-time partnership that has ended recently. Do you remember the first partnership, long time, that ended for them just a few months ago? Do you remember this one?
Steph Curry.
Yeah. Steph Curry and The Rock now both gone. Steph Curry signed with China-based sportswear company Li Ning. The Rock had this to say: I'm grateful, epic chapter for Project Rock, et cetera, et cetera. Now we move on to new North Stars, new partners with one intention in mind: deliver for our people, et cetera. Okay, interesting part here. What is Under Armour doing now? Okay, no more Steph Curry, no more The Rock. They have an athletic retailer announce a campaign starring heated rivalry star Francois Arnaud. That's how you say his name. Last month.
Decent move.
Also, just a few weeks later, announced K-pop group Boy Next Door as brand ambassadors. Okay.
Gosh, doesn't make sense.
I don't know. On an earnings call with analysts earlier this month, Under Armour founder and CEO Kevin Plank, Kev, my boy Kev, said the company's marketing isn't broken. The company's marketing, quote, isn't broken. It just needs to be better aligned with product. From Plank here, we'll continue to be visible and we'll win with this consumer and continue to bring them to Under Armour. But I'm proud of the way our marketing is working. Company reported Q1 revenue down 3% and said it has rebalanced marketing spend, which will now be lower as a percentage of revenue. So just to recap here: Steph Curry gone, The Rock gone, marketing reset. Kev's framing here: marketing not broken. Okay, it's not broken.
Yeah.
Just, I'm proud of the way marketing is going. Also, revenue down again. Wasn't this like the 15th quarter in a row or something? Didn't we cover this?
Jack, can you bring up the slide, the slide that I sent you, please? And then
revenue
when you bring 3%. It up,
and spending less on marketing. What's the move here? We're going to spend less on
and
marketing.
Then, Jack, can you hit 5 here? The one right there. Oh my God.
Hurts.
Dude, I mean, the past 5 years, it's like crazy what has happened.
It's crazy.
Like, Jack, you can get this away. This was just an example of like the fact that they just don't have any idea what they're doing.
But marketing isn't broken. Marketing isn't broken. We're proud of it, and we're spending less, and we need to spend less.
Hear me out, though.
Get rid of The Rock. Go ahead.
This is a good move for Under Armour. To be honest with you. To be so honest with you, because I also think like The Rock isn't really like the brand for them right now. I also don't know what The Rock is doing. I don't know who he is. I think he's like focused on tequila right now and like some shampoo stuff, even though he's bald. So it's like, I think that makes sense. Like, that's great. But I think Under Armour does need this reset. They need to basically clear house of all the influencers they're working with, all the partners they're working with. That includes Jordan Spieth, unfortunately. They need to clear the whole house.
Any clean house.
The K-pop, that's not going to work. That doesn't make any sense at all.
Jack's mad at you.
It doesn't make any sense for who they are as a brand. Also, the heated rivalry move, they're just copying Peloton. Peloton
Really?
also did this when Heated Rivalry came out, and they were like, we're going to announce a partnership with Heated Rivalry actor, blah, blah, and then it moved forward. Peloton also doesn't know what they're doing either. So it's like the blind is leading the blind right now. It really, I would love a new CMO, a new creative director in the seat, and just to completely like rip out the current vision for what is happening right now. Unfortunately, if Kevin is still lined up and thinks everything is great, it's a bit of like founder delusion and the ship will continue to sink. Kevin is the founder of the brand and he's the one who started Under Armour. It's an incredible thing at what he's built, but like you have to understand when something is broken and you aren't the person to fix it anymore.
I think we can be honest. Like Kevin's putting he's putting a positive frame here on something that's been downtrending for a long time.
It's crazy.
It's
like crazy to me.
It's a little crazy. I cannot imagine, like when the board meets, I cannot imagine he's saying the same thing. Can you?
What's wild, dude. What's wild is like you should clear house, become cool again, go out and just make a bunch of NIL deals, and just like
this is what I'm thinking.
This is like literally the path, and everyone is thinking it, and everybody's like, "No, let's go get some massive superstar." And it's like, no, go get like 40 NIL guys that are cool and people like, and are also like who you should be selling to, instead of like, let's go get The Rock. What?
Okay, we got to get back to our roots. Okay, what is Under Armour roots? It's football. Okay, it's actually it's lower level. It's high schoolers, it's junior hires, it's all of the people with
some new
cool equipment that is helping them, and then they push into college. Okay, so let's go below NFL. Okay, what's going on in the college game right now? It's the second most popular sport in America is college football. Okay,
there you go.
Who does Under Armour have in college football? They really
isn't it Auburn?
They've got Auburn, but really their bell cow is Notre Dame. Notre Dame is their bell cow. That's their shot. Okay, Marcus Freeman, head coach there, arguably one of the best coaches in college football. Some would say the best. Okay, New York Giants very interested in hiring him away. That last year did not happen. He stayed at Notre Dame. Here is my plan. Okay, clear the slate. Get rid of Boy Next Door. Okay, no shade on Boy Next Door, but I don't think the K-pop group is going to take them back to their roots and get them going and cool again. They need to push in all of the chips. Producer Jack doesn't even know who Boy Next Door is. That should tell you
not
something.
Good.
Not good. Not a good sign. They need to push in all of the chips on Notre Dame. Okay. And they need to say Notre Dame must win a national championship. We're going to make these players absolute stars all year long. We're pushing the chips in on South Bend, and we're going to cover this team and make every single week a cinematic movie. Okay.
Yes.
Just like Nike and Oregon and Phil Knight. Okay. Notre Dame is our school, and we push in all of the chips in South Bend. Okay.
Wow.
All of the money goes to South Bend, and you make that team. I mean, you make them able to compete with the Baltimore Ravens. That's how much you invest. into that team. And then you go win the Natty. You tell the stories all along the way. And then every young athlete watching the second most popular sport in America, they dream of going to Notre Dame like Rudy and wearing Under Armour, click, clack. I think they hear us coming. We must protect this house. That is the move. That is the move.
Wow. I'm completely sold on that vision. I think it is the correct vision forward. The thing is, will they do it? I don't think so. I think they're going to get too in their ways, and I don't think they're going to do it. The issue that you brought up, too, that I will echo is I didn't even know that they sponsored Notre Dame because they're not talking about it enough.
Thank you.
And Notre Dame is one of the most iconic schools in college football of all time. And
exactly.
You're barely even working it into marketing right now, and it's literally time for college football. I should be inundated with crazy cool protect this house-esque marketing commercials from Notre Dame.
Golly.
It's wild.
And they just extended. Notre Dame just extended with Under Armour. Okay. The deal's valued at like $10 million annually in cash and gear.
That kind of seems like a sweet deal for Under Armour.
Bro, they're getting deal. This is a great deal for Under Armour.
This is crazy. And then just exactly what you said. Put a camera crew in there, get some guys on the freaking field and be like, look, we're Under Armour content. We're going to be covering all this.
Yeah.
We're going to cover practices. We're going to be covering locker room stuff. We're going to be covering preseason. We're going to be covering games on the sidelines. We're going to be covering pump-up speeches.
Yeah.
We're going to be covering post-game. We're going to cover all of it. And then we're going to make a sweet, season documentary on Under Armour in Notre Dame. This would crush.
And make a big deal of logo versus logo. When Under Armour plays a big Nike school, you make a big deal about it. Yeah. And then you're pushing in your chips. They have to win. They do. They do. Win. But you push in the chips on you getting the right players. You get all of the hosses in that barn. Yeah. And then you make them go to work. It's time to, 10 mil feels light, man. It feels light.
Like crazy light, honestly. It feels like they got a deal just to get Notre Dame for 10 mil.
Bro, 10 mil feels light. It feels light for Notre Dame, especially because this is their bell cow. Okay. They don't have the Ohio States of the world. Okay. Yeah. Do they have Miami? Miami's is Adidas, It's like if they want to be relevant in the second most popular sport in America, they need to push the chips in on Notre Dame, and they need to make them they need to return them to their iconic status, which they are there, but they need to go win the Natty. Marcus Freeman is the face. Get all those players in, make it a movie, and go band for band, brand for brand, and make it happen.
I agree. You guys need to take notes on this. Come on.
And then get Ray Lewis to go down and convert Miami into an Under Armour school.
Dude, good luck with that. Good luck with that. He might do it. He might be down for that, honestly. Yeah, he might be down for that.
Bro, why not get Ray? Well, get Ray involved.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, I agree with this. I completely agree. They need to figure it out.
Next and last of our top stories here, we shall just mention it briefly. We'll need to cover it. We'll need to cover it next. We'll have to save it. We'll have to save it because we have a very important person coming inside of this show, the one and only Marcus. Marcus, I'm going to call you Marcus O. Marcus, I don't know how to say your last name. Ohanesian. I'm going to say Ohanesian. Ohanesian. We have the one and only Marcus O, CEO of Perfect Evolution, coming inside of this show to talk CRO, accessibility, and more, how not to get sued, and also how to win in the agentic commerce age with what you do on your website. Before he comes, a word from our sponsors over at Proxima and Universal Ads. Play it for us, producer Jack. If your growth is plateauing on search and social, it's time to rethink TV. Universal Ads makes it simple for D2C brands to run TV campaigns designed for performance without the usual mystery of getting involved with television. You get both premium streaming and linear inventory all in the same place, okay? You're reaching net new target audiences outside of the same crowded social feeds. We're all spending our dollars today. There's no hidden markups or fees. Campaign setup and management. It's just like search and social. You get running minutes. TV that's designed, that delivers for performance marketers. Go to universalads.com. Use code UA Cowboy. You can get $1,500 in matched ad credits. Many thanks for Universal Ads being part of the wow. Jack Your buyer data already knows what ad you need to make next. You just can't read it yet. Most brands and marketers brief from instinct. Okay, what's our best performing ad? Let's change a little bit. Approximate changes the input here. Read your conversions against real shoppers across 2,000 plus e-commerce brands. Shows you exactly who's buying, what else they respond to, and where your account has gaps. You just wire up Meta, wire up Shopify. Approximate begins to map every conversion back to a real buyer segment inside the commerce graph. And no longer are you briefing from a blank page. You get a feed of creative briefs. First 3 briefs are going to be free for you every single month. Go to Proxima.ai, stop the slop. Many thanks for Proxima. Coming inside of this show is a man who began in e-commerce as a teenager, designing logos, I have heard, for other local bands, etc. I believe he was a drummer at the time. Now with his own boutique agency, growing, scaling, helping all of us on the interwebs win. We must bring him inside of the show. The one and only Marcus O of Perfect Evolution. Get inside of the show, Marcus. Get in here. Wow.
Let's go.
Yes.
What's up, everybody?
Marcus, welcome to the show, man. We appreciate you making the time to join us.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. I love the intro. Thank you for that.
Yeah, we do what we can. Marcus, are you in Massachusetts today? Where are you in the world?
I'm in Rhode Island, the sunny southern coast of Rhode Island, right next to Connecticut.
Oh, I'm just slightly jealous. I bet it feels better there than it does in Central Texas right now, maybe.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, it's nice. It's got a cool breeze in the air. Little sun is out, right by the ocean. Nice breeze.
Let's go.
You know?
Marcus, give us a little lore on you. Am I correct in saying that you got into this whole game as a teenager designing band logos and such? Is this the case?
That is the case, sir. Yeah, senior year of high school, I was designing logos and websites for my band that I was in. I'm a drummer, still am a drummer. And that's what got me into this game. Fast forward to whatever 20 something years later, I got a Shopify focused e-commerce agency. I don't design logos anymore. I don't design websites on WordPress and or Angel Fire, if you want to go back to those days of
that's deep.
hand coding HTML. Yep, I just aged myself. I know.
Marcus, I hear that you want to talk accessibility today. And this is what I will say when it comes to accessibility. Mostly, I just don't want to get sued, which is a very common thing. It's like part of being in e-commerce and having a brand. And Inside Consumer is getting one of these kind of ambulance following lawsuits that eventually most of us end up paying out for them. I do know a few that have fought them. But this is mostly what I think about when it comes to accessibility. But I think maybe you have some other thoughts around it about it even helping one perform inside of agentic commerce and the LLMs and more. Is that the case?
It sure is, sir. Yeah, this is the unsexy subject that nobody likes to talk about in the D2C world. But unsexy doesn't mean that it's unnecessary either. Yeah. So it's there's a lot of ambulance chasing law firms out there that scan Shopify stores for those overlay widgets that claim to protect you that don't. I'm gonna do some hot takes here. I'm just gonna say this right off the bat. I'm gonna do some hot takes. Some people may agree or disagree with me, but I'm gonna say it anyway. So at me on LinkedIn or something like that. I don't know. Is that what people say? Let me make hot
takes.
That's
what people say. That's what they say. That's fair.
Cool. All right. Well, so at me at LinkedIn. Here's the thing. Everyone's just putting band-aids on their websites with these overlay widgets. They claim to make you legally compliant. And I'll also just say right off the bat, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not an attorney. Don't take any of this as legal advice. Right? I guess I should say that. But don't put those overlays on your website because they're not going to protect you. They're actually going to target you. They're going to make you more of a target for these ambulance chasing law firms.
Whoa.
Yeah. So, I mean...
unpack that for me.
Yeah. There's numbers out there. So there's class action lawsuits against these companies. And if you want me to name names, I will. But it's a lot of the common culprits out there that you see that claim to make your site legally compliant. They don't. They actually make it to be more work for the disabled user to operate your website, to even open up that overlay widget, to enable the font size controls, the color contrast, the things that make your site compliant. So it's actually doing your site a disservice by having one of those overlay widgets from a user experience perspective, but also a target, lawsuit perspective. There's law firms that literally will scrape the internet for scripts that say, accessible.com, which is one of those overlay companies, or
Really?
AudioEye, and then they'll just blast these letters out to say, hey, I have a client, they could be just making up the story. I have a client that tried to use your website, couldn't check out. We're going to sue you. And then eventually they probably will end up just settling out of court, whatever it is, they'll take the
Always.
settlement. But you have to pay some sort of astronomical amount anyway. So
Marcus, could you put some teeth into that? Like what amounts are we talking here? Like what amounts are we talking about for a lawsuit that they're pushing out to people? Say I'm just like a $1 million, $10 million brand. What amount are they pushing out to me where it's making me afraid? And also, what amount am I kind of end up settling for? Like this is super scary stuff for honestly a smaller bootstrap brand that's just trying to make it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, don't quote me on any of these numbers, but I'll give you ranges to say that, 50, 60, 70, 1,000, $100,000 is what these people are going after.
That's terrible. That's
yeah.
terrible.
And then they'll say, all right, well, we'll take a settlement for a 10, 20, 30K or something like that, a smaller amount, obviously. But that's still a ton of money for a brand that was not planning on spending that much money on a accessibility lawsuit.
You know what
terrible.
that deserves, Marcus? That deserves a big thumbs down.
There we go. Not cool.
Not cool.
Not cool.
I'm not trying to do that. But the interesting piece to me here, Marcus, is that you're saying some of the widgets that we have been enabled, they're supposed to cure this, keep us, lawsuit safe. Actually, the ambulance chasing firms, they purposely use this. Like, who's using those? Great. I know I've got a winnable case there. They use that to help target.
Yeah, it cuts out the work for them. It basically says, hey, here's all the people that are easy targets because they're already using this service that is proven to not make you compliant. And there's a class action lawsuit against one of these companies that they lost to. The company lost the class action lawsuit. So there's lots of this out there. I can share links with people or show notes, whatever, for proof. So it's not just this random guy coming on the show talking a lot of shit about this company. I can actually give you some links. It's literally a little text expander snippet that I have, which is just like a little copy paste tool that I use, that anyone that uses this, I reach out to them on LinkedIn and I say, hey, you guys have this overlay widget. Here's a bunch of proof that it's only a matter of time before you are going to get sued or get a letter to intent, letter of intent to sue.
Whoa. I mean, so Marcus, I'm a brand. I'm a little nervous right now. I'm floating between that $5 to $10 million. Could you give me like 3 things that I should be fixing this week to make sure that I am not going to be one of those guys that gets sued?
Yeah. So there's a couple different ways to skin the cat. Is that the phrase?
Yeah, skin the cat.
Yeah, there's a couple different ways to skin the cat. This is very comparable to SEO, AEO, GEO, whatever we want to call it nowadays, where there's a lot of crossover. So the hot take here is like, by doing all this AI discoverability stuff, right? You want to get more visibility into, getting recommended on ChatGPT and Perplexity and Claude and all that stuff. You're already doing some of the accessibility work by having product attributes in there, clean semantic code, labeling your forms, alt tags on images, like all the stuff that you're probably doing for SEO. It also helps your accessibility score when they're scanning your site, basically. So you get an automated score, 0 out of 100, and it checks all the bells and whistles to make sure how compliant your site is or isn't, and it produces a score for you. We partner with tools that do that. We'll plop in your URL, and I'm more than happy to do this to any brand that's listening for free, complimentary, to scan your site and give you an output score. It'll say you're at a 71 out of 100, and here's all the stuff you need to fix, basically. I would say start fixing stuff from the source code. Go into your theme files, your Shopify theme files, or find a development agency, whoever, including us, and we can fix it for you. We can add all the stuff that you need to do to fix it from the source instead of just putting this Band-Aid overlay widget on. That's going to cause more harm than good.
And that score that you give people, Marcus, is there like a letter or a number where I don't get sued? Like, is there a number? Where it's like you're very unlikely to get sued if you score above said number? I mean, how does it? Or how do you read it?
Obviously, you want to shoot for 100, but a website is a moving, ever-evolving target. So we have a lot of clients that are on monthly retainers with us where we're monitoring their website, and as things get updated, products, content, whatever it is, our tool will flag that and say, hey, you forgot to put an alt tag on this image or whatever it may be. We'll help fix that stuff. So obviously you want to get to 100. I will say that like the name of the game is just showing effort here at the end of the day. So the first thing that I always recommend to brands that I see that get a low score is I say add an accessibility statement into your footer. So where you always see like privacy policy, terms and conditions, return policy, right?
Yeah.
Having an accessibility statement basically states your intent to say, hey, we're doing everything we can to make our website inclusive for all of the disabled users, people using screen reader tools, whatever it may be. Just put that letter up there, and that just shows those ambulance chasing lawyers that you actually care a little bit. It also gives them an opportunity to say, if you have any issues, reach out to us using this form here on this page, or shoot us an email on our customer service. And it shows a little effort versus, hey, don't go to your lawyer and start a lawsuit. So that's the first like easy, quick win. It's just a text page. A lot of the tools and partners that we work with, they generate these statements for you based off of your business and what you're basically want to say on your statement. Generates text, you copy paste it, open up a new page in Shopify, get that link added into your footer. That's like the first easy step to do. You could do this right now basically, and it'll at least kind of mitigate some of it to say, hey, we know, we should be working towards accessibility compliance, and it's a moving target, but if you have issues, hit us up first basically, versus not having anything and not even acknowledging it.
Yeah, Marcus, as I'm thinking about all this, is there a tier that is the most vulnerable for kind of revenue wise? Like, are they really going after the stores that are the $1 million stores? Or are they trying to target, once they hit a little scale, it's the $10 million stores? Or are they trying to go after the big boys of like, hey, these guys are $100 million. Let's grab some stuff from them. Where along this kind of, timeline are they trying to target?
Honestly, I think it's just all e-commerce Shopify platform based. Of course, like the bigger merchants, you could probably get more money out of, or they'll settle for more at least. Sure. I'm assuming. But I'd say, any website, any Shopify store that's, using those overlays or doesn't have an accessibility statement, or they aren't showing any effort, then they're a target. Period.
Wow.
So it sounds like whatever the overlay tools are, number one, I need to get rid of them. Sounds like number two, I need to get an accessibility statement in the footer.
Yeah.
And encourage them, hey, if you have some kind of form, reach out to us, talk to us, etc. if you're having trouble. And then I need to get an audit from you. So I can get the score and you can show me everywhere where I'm missing. That's some of the 3 takeaways here. Is that fair, Marcus?
Yeah, that's fair.
Yep. Yeah, that's a really good assessment. Yeah, we do a lot of these audits and we just give you the report. You can obviously have us fix it, and we start a relationship there of moving on and getting you to somewhat of compliance. But you can also just take that if you have your own dev team, that's totally fine. They can handle all that stuff too. If accessibility isn't like a specialty, but if you have your own dev team, then hopefully it should be,
Marcus, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, shifting gears into CRO. Have you seen some stuff in 2026 where this is constantly coming up of maybe conversion killers on websites that you're starting to get annoyed with, where it's like, hey, this is really not working anymore in 2026. I'm not sure why Shopify stores are doing this, but if you're a Shopify store listening, please stop doing this because it's hurting your conversion.
Yeah. I got a couple. And like I come on here as like the accessibility guy, whatever, but like CRO and UI UX design and stuff, that's all relatable. And we also offer that at my agency. So there's a little Venn diagram of CRO, accessibility, and UI UX. A lot of the stuff kind of commingles together and cohabitates. The stuff you're doing to fix accessibility also creates a better user experience because those disabled users are part of your overall user experience. Those are your customers. So I would say, shifting gears though, from a marketing perspective, and I'm not a marketer, like we don't do digital marketing at our agency. We don't do Klaviyo stuff. Like we're familiar with a lot of that stuff and do best practice, but I would say those pop-ups, those email pop-ups are killing your conversion rate when you don't have an intentional strategy behind it. And again, I'm not coming on here to pretend I'm the expert at marketing pop-ups, but every Shopify store that you visit and you immediately get a pop-up without a time delay or any sort of actionable, strategy, you're just immediately killing your conversion because you're just plopping another code snippet on your website, hoping to get, increase your email subscriber list, offer that 10% off discount code. Like it's all the same shit that everyone else has seen. Why should I be giving you my email address if I'm just browsing and trying to learn about the brand and what products you have, you know?
Wow.
So-
Shots fired from Marcus on the
So-
pop-ups. Shots
So
fired.
when you talk with people, Marcus, you're telling them, hey, let's turn off the pop-up. Can we just take a test here and turn it
Yeah.
off and see
I
how
mean,
they
yeah.
feel? You actually tell people that.
I don't want to say that they're not effective because they are. They're very effective, but there has to be an intentional strategy behind it. So I always like to have a conversation and say, what's your goal here? What are you trying to do with this pop-up? Because every piece of your website should have some sort of positive outcome.
Yeah.
And I say that in the sense of CRO. I see that with content, your product page, what's above the add to cart button, do you have social proof, all the things. It's basically a checklist that goes off in my head that we also do in our audits and things like that. All of that should provide value. So it should paint the picture basically to get that intention there and really educate the potential customer.
Marcus, do you have any brands that you like when you're thinking about intentional pop-up, intentional capture? Are there any brands that you can point other brands to and say, hey, these guys do a really good job at this. We should try to emulate this same kind of ethos for how they're doing this because it's very intentional.
Yeah, I'll get back to you on the actual answer to that. But I'd say with the functionality of the pop-ups, I think is the most important. So I'll generalize instead of giving you one example. I'll say any pop-up that doesn't hit you right when you load the store, so there's a time delay, but also the messaging. I know like Alia, I think is the name of the tech tool out there that does that pretty well. They have a lot of they're kind of thinking about it a little differently than your typical kind of like Klaviyo pop-up that everyone kind of throws on your store. But again, I would say really start to zoom out and like take a look at what your offer is there and your messaging and when it's hitting the potential customer. And more importantly, there's tons of personalization tools out there. You should be personalizing that pop-up to who the customer is. Whether they visited the site before previously or not, or if they're a new customer, or if there's products that they're already interested in, you can recognize that because of their behavior on your website. And there's tons of tools out there that can track a lot of that data. But I'd say really start to get intelligent and smart about that stuff, because otherwise you're just muddying the waters,
Totally.
Marcus, give me like the specific things when it comes to accessibility, things you're touching on the website that you see is helping brands show up more for AEO inside of the LLMs, et cetera. Like, what are you touching that, sometimes it's just not top of mind for marketers and operators that's a real helpful lever to be mindful of?
Yeah. The first more of a background thing is all of your structured data, which you should be looking at anyway for the AEOs type of stuff. Your product data, all of that should be organized, clean, legible, readable from your schema markups, all the technical things. And there's ways to audit a lot of the stuff. Shopify is starting to give you a lot of those tools built in to kind of see how you rank up and if there's messed up data that you should be fixing so you can get higher visibility in those LLMs. That's more of like the boring. Yeah, shout out to Shopify. The other one is like, honestly, if you go to your website right now, pull up your Shopify store, and if you hit the tab button on your keyboard, does that go over to your website navigation? Period. Try that. Everyone try that. And if it's not, you have an accessibility issue. So a lot of people that are blind or deaf, they use screen reader tools. The JAWS tool is one of them. People are navigating with their keyboards. And if you're not able to tab through your entire website, it should highlight, if you hit tab, it should highlight the certain areas that you're in. That's a flag. The alt text is an obvious one too, which obviously helps your SEO side of things, but blind users or partially blind users are using screen reader tools, and they're going to read what that image is. So if it's not a decorative image, if it's a photograph for a product image, for example, you want to be as descriptive as possible, because it's like you're verbally, audibly telling someone what's inside that image as if they're not able to see it. So alt text is super important. Of course, there's AI that can help expedite some of this stuff, but you obviously want to double check to make sure that it's real, and it actually is a good representation of that image, especially if it's describing your product that you're trying to sell to them. What else? Do you want to keep going? Go ahead.
Marcus, you are no stranger to some spicy takes already, and it's very obvious that you are willing to push against the grain a little bit, which is, I love this. I mean, what best practice in e-commerce are you basically disagreeing with right now, other than the pop-ups stuff? Is there any best practice that you fundamentally disagree with right now that you just think doesn't make sense, but still is floating around out there as an e-commerce best practice?
Man, I love the way you set me up for these, really just, you get me ready for these spicy takes, I'd say a lot of the retargeted marketing stuff. And again, I'm not a marketer. So, and I know that there's, this may be a very hot take because of the show that I'm on. And I see some of the sponsor logos scrolling under my face here. But I say that a lot of the retargeting stuff is too creepy and too invasive, I guess. And I'm saying that from my own personal experience. I'm not saying this as like an e-commerce strategy or something that I would recommend to people. Obviously, if you get conversion out of it and you get results, do more of it, right? And do less of the stuff that's not working. But I've just been thrown off by a lot of very invasive tech partners out there. I've just visited your website. That doesn't mean anything to you. Like I'm a curious internet user, I'll say.
Doesn't mean you're ready to get married.
That's right. Exactly. I won't go down the analogy field there.
Okay. Well, good on you.
But,
good on you.
I'm a curious internet user in the sense that like I don't need to get emails from you because I just visited your website. I don't want 10% off yet. I don't want a free bundle or whatever it is. And yeah, I think my biggest hot take is just those pop-ups, the pop-ups and the overlays. Anything that's just like coming in your face too much is just like very abrasive. It's just there. It's a lot,
Marcus, man, we appreciate you coming on and enlightening us regarding accessibility and all these things. Nobody wants to get sued. Everybody wants to be found, and everybody wants more customers. Marcus, people want to find you, talk to you. Where do they find you? Where do they follow you, etc.?
Yeah, perfectevolution.com. Find me on LinkedIn. I'm sure we'll link here. The last name is Ohanesian.
There we go.
It's phonetic, but I appreciated your attempt, Chris.
Thank you.
Let's go.
Marcus Ohanesian. Man, we appreciate you. We appreciate you making the time to come on the show and look forward to hanging out again. Maybe it's San Diego Commerce Roundtable. I don't know. But Marcus, anytime there's something going on, you and I seem to find our way there together. We appreciate you making the time to join us. Look forward to having you back, man. Thank you, brother.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Marcus Ohanesian.
We respect guests that also give you kudos for trying to pronounce everybody's name. That's a very hard part of the show that Chris takes under. I just want to say that. It's pretty hard because some people don't say their name on the internet, and Chris undertakes this every single day, and he's like, I'm going to dissect this bad boy, and I'm going to figure out how to say this. I'm going to try.
Just try.
And he nails it. I'd say you probably have like a 97% hit rate.
Am I 97? Am I?
There's a couple you miss where I'm like, that wasn't it.
I would hope I've got an 80% hit rate.
You're more than that.
Correct.
No, you're
4 out of 5 times. You think so?
Oh yeah. You're more than
Jack, what do you weigh on this? What do you weigh in on this? Where do you think I am? Am I at 80% correct?
She said 8.5.
She gives me 85. 85%.
I think you're up there.
85%. Well, we appreciate Marcus coming on. I will
Absolutely.
say the accessibility piece is fascinating to me, that a lot of the purported solutions apparently that people are using actually exposes them more. That's no bueno.
It makes sense. Unfortunately, it makes sense when you think about who's going after them. Because it's like, oh, do I want a curated list of all the people I need to go after? Yeah, it's right here. It's like nightmare.
It makes sense too if there's a ambulance chasing law firm out there who has like found a way with a certain tool, and oh, we won that one. Well, great. Now I can target everybody literally
It's
in the
terrible.
customer base. That makes a lot of sense.
It's terrible.
I have to say, probably one of my least favorite parts of our industry is this specific problem.
Yeah.
It's kind of like par for the course. It's like you're not in the club unless
Pro tip. Here's a pro tip that I will drop on everybody here. This is an actual pro tip, and
I don't know. You're saying fight it. That's your pro tip?
I'm dead serious about this. What you should do is you obviously have some friends that have brands as well. Ideally, you are like all say like all 5 of you are like sharing one incredible lawyer that is like willing to fight this, but he's like covering all 5 of you, so you have like the ability to maybe a little like disperse the costs a little bit more.
Well, I don't know. I say this because Eric from Beard Brand, he fought it. And he was like, was that worth it at the end of the day? I don't know. And then I think another one came around and he just paid it off.
Yeah.
He fought the first one out of principle.
Yeah.
Second time around, the
issue is you also are using all of your mental bandwidth and ability to like move your company forward. Instead of pushing your company forward, you're fighting this like nuisance, which is like not the right move. That's why I'm saying get a cracked out beast of a lawyer that you're sharing with some friends, and they can go after and fight this for you.
Well, I hear you. I hear you on that. Another person that we'd like to hear from is the one and only Zoe Kahn, founder over Inevitable Agency, CX Extraordinaire, formerly.
Is she in the show right now?
She's in the show right now.
Oh,
she is here. Go. She is amongst us. She is with us. She Producer is in the here and now. Producer Jack says, yes, she is. Zoe Kahn, formerly of Chomps, won a CX Operator of the Year award. Pretty nice. Found her way over to be VP of Retention over at Audion Hearing. Now she helps everyone, everywhere, every way with their CX and more. We must bring her inside of the show before she comes inside of the show. A word from our sponsors, ladies and gentlemen, over at Sati and Intelligems. Play it for us, Producer Jack. What is the next big idea that could change your business? Is it a price change, adding subscriptions, maybe a new bundle, strategy, or an app? Discovering and testing those high growth opportunities is exactly why Intelligems exists. It's an AI-powered testing platform, helps you find the changes worth making. If you're looking for your next big idea, they have you covered. Go to intelligems.io/audit. In just a few minutes, you're going to have 3 ideas that you can test today. Totally free, AI-powered audit. Go talk with Intelligems. Get the next new big idea for your business. Many thanks for Intelligems being part of the show. Your affiliate program, it looks fine on paper. Commissions going out, sales coming in, but the industry is built on last click attribution. It's an oversimplification of affiliates as a channel. Sati is the first affiliate platform built on multi-touch attribution, cookieless, Shopify native, services who introduced your customer, who nurtured them along the way, and who closed the sale. So you're no longer just looking at a flat list of commission payouts. You have a map of how your affiliate channel moves people through the buying decision. Go to mysati.io/champion/ecom-cowboy. Get 20% off your plan. Many thanks for Sati. Coming inside of the show right now,
let's go.
The one and only Zoe Kahn. You may have known her as a gaming streamer many years ago. This is an actual thing. I don't know what her game of choice was. Do you know?
Fortnite?
Was it Fortnite? Was she a Fortnite?
I don't know. We got to ask her. I feel like it's Fortnite.
I don't know. I'm just gonna I want to say Halo just because I used to play Halo a lot when I was in high school. Halo 1, baby. Halo 1.
Get out of here, dude. It's Halo 3 all day.
You know, I don't know. I don't know. Why don't we just throw out Call of Duty just because? You know, I feel like we're pretty safe. Like if that covers a lot. Fortnite, Call of Duty. Anyway, we must bring her inside of this show not to talk gaming, but to talk CX and more. Everybody, welcome the one and only Zoe Kahn of Inevitable Agency. Get in here, Zoe. Get inside of this show. There
Let's go.
She is. There
Howdy.
she is. Hello, Zoe. Yes, we can hear. Look at that.
Let's
hat.
go.
Very intentional, very appropriate. Oh,
how do you sit on chairs with this thing?
you know, you got to have a chair basically without a back, you know,
Yeah.
that reaches up to your neck.
I have glass doors in our office, and my office neighbors are actually here today.
Yeah.
So they're like, oh, she wears a cowboy hat to work.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes, you know, we must normalize the wearing of cowboy hats, I feel.
We need to.
You know, 2026, I feel like is the right moment for us
It's
all.
the year of the cowboy hat.
It's the year.
Sure.
It's the year. Zoe,
Oh,
we
I'm
appreciate
getting
you.
laughs.
We appreciate you
to
making the
not-
time to join us.
I appreciate you guys having me. I loved the guesses of which game.
Yeah.
Do we want to?
I want to know.
What is it?
Can we know?
Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Oh, crazy. Was Zoe camping? Was Zoe
I
camping?
saw the Colin thumbs down. I was like, whoa, what's his
No
deal?
way. Were you
How do
camping?
you-
No, I was the meat shield. So
Dang, this is crazy. You
I
were
would
right
be the
shield?
bait. I would be the bait. I would run out in all of the chaos and like
Yeah.
then die, but then my team could kill everybody, you know?
Right.
Whoa.
See, that's
Let's
great,
go.
Zoe. See, I was correct. I just thought of those three: Fortnite, Halo, Call. I just figured we probably got it. You know.
Yeah, one of
Nice.
those. And
I don't know
played
why.
other things too, but that
Why
was the majority.
Why is Colin not like it? I'm a little offended.
I love
that
it.
He doesn't.
I love
No,
search and destroy. I love
think you
hardcore
do.
search and destroy. I love doing it.
I
That's
think
my
you're
favorite thing.
editing. You're editing yourself now that Zoe is here.
No.
Yeah, I don't know because I saw an immediate like
Right.
thumbs down. So like, what's with this?
It's a little not
true.
fair. I think
It's true.
he's self-editing. He's self-editing.
It's because I was bullied on Call of Duty by 14-year-olds that crushed my soul, and they would always be better than me. And so, it's just it's a sore spot, honestly.
I get it.
Yeah.
Zoe, I would love for you to clear up for me because every time I talk with somebody in CX, this will happen at certain points. I will use the term customer support, and I know that's a no. I know that's like that's like a part of CX.
I have a different perspective on it actually.
Please.
I think that I understand why people get offended when customer support is referenced to rather than customer experience. However, I think that getting offended by it only worsens the way customer support looks.
I see.
So, customer support is a huge part of customer experience. It's like the first step that you need to master before moving on to anything else. And so I don't mind when people say customer support because it is one of the biggest factors. It's the gold mine that you are able to use to improve the experience. So it's different. They're different. The experience is like everything that a customer touches or sees. So from like the site experience to the unboxing experience to post-purchase experience. But customer support is a huge part of the whole experience. And if you don't have that down, or if you're like offended that's like, then it's just so important. And I think that people should level up their CS, their customer support, and talk more like positively about it rather than like, oh, it's just support. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally fair.
Zoe, is there stuff where, you're looking at this and you're seeing some stuff from the CX experience from some brands, and you wish that you could kind of tell those brand owners that like, hey, by the way, your customers actually hate this. You need to like change this. Is there things that you're seeing that are a pretty consistent trend throughout that are not great within that CX experience?
Yeah, there's a lot of things. It was interesting to hear about the accessibility because when talking about pop-ups, we know that like the unfortunate thing about experience in general and having to balance what's a good experience, but then also what works to keep your customers and retarget them. Sometimes they are clashing. Yeah. And so something as simple as like an annoying pop-up is not a great experience. And what the biggest thing that I say, and I don't have like one single thing, but the most relatable to all brands is making sure that all of these marketing things don't create friction in the customer experience. So
Totally.
shopping your own site every time you make a change, and even if you don't make a change, shopping your own site and looking at it from a consumer's eye, or even it's really helpful to have like a blind eye. So somebody who doesn't know anything about marketing that is a consumer, have them shop your site and just have them audibly talk about what they're feeling while they're shopping your site, or in any point of the journey, have them tell you what it felt like to unbox the product. Have them tell you what it felt like when they're getting all these emails, and then just finding that balance, because we can't stop doing these marketing things, but as long as they're not creating too much friction and you're not like scaring away your customers, that's like the best thing you could do.
Totally agree with this.
Zoe, when people talk with you about customer support, customer experience, like what are the top like issues that they're having coming to you for? I know in my mind, all the times I've been brand side, most of the time I try not to think about customer support whatsoever. I just try to avoid it, particularly myself, because it can be a huge headache. I mostly just don't want to have the headache, you know?
Yeah.
And then the other thing is like, oh gosh, how much money is this thing costing me? You know,
Right.
who do we need to hire? You know, what kind of person do we need to hire, et cetera. But, you know, this is an area that you're living in and swimming in. Of course, you've developed top tier programs in. Well, what are the common things that people are coming to you for?
Yeah, that's very common. Is a lot of times people come to us when it's almost like too late, where they're like, oh shit, I haven't paid attention to it, and now it's bad. Now it's affecting our reviews. Now we're getting negative BBB complaints.
Oof.
Now we're losing customers. And this is like the dramatic side, but this happens quite a bit because there's so much to focus on in business that a lot of people are like the customer support side, it's like can be easy, or like it's not worth everyone's time. But if you let it go too far and you don't pay attention to it for too long, that's when you can kind of get into these scary thoughts. So one of the things that it's just like it ends up being so messy. And one of our mantras is let us help you reduce your stress. Like just we don't want you to worry about it. You should be able to just hand it over to trusted people, and they should be able to like reduce that stress from you, because it is a scary thing to think about if you don't know your support or your experience is under control, and you can like ruin your reputation with that. People, one tweet or one story or one post on the internet for a bad customer experience could be detrimental to your business for a long time. So a lot of times it actually comes down to brands not having it organized, and things get lost or things get missed or worked through too quickly, where something it's usually like an honest mistake, depending on the brand, from like being disorganized.
Interesting.
You know, Zoe, let's say I'm a $5 million brand. I'm coming to you. You're going to audit my entire CX experience. What's the first thing that you are going to look at, or the first metric that you're going to dive into and be like, this should not be like this. This should be like this instead?
First thing I do is shop the site, and with as best as I can with a blind eye. A lot of times I actually have newer people in the agency shop the site. So because the farther they can be removed from understanding things, the better.
Totally.
That way they can kind of see it with the blind eye. So that's the first thing. And any friction point in that is where we focus first. And we kind of put numbers behind those friction points of, I wasn't able to like add this to my cart. How like, or it was confusing. I didn't purchase that because of X, Y, and Z. And we kind of we're not CRO experts, but we are looking at the experience, the site experience from consumers. So that's number one. And then number two is when we get into like the systems, we audit the it's simple, but it's very important. The response time and understanding if you're pissing people off from taking too long.
Totally.
Yeah. So the customer satisfaction rating is really important, but unfortunately, sometimes brands don't have it on because they like don't want it, or like they just didn't think to turn it on. So sometimes we can't audit that rating, but we can audit the sentiment of the customers no matter what.
Totally.
What is a non piss offable time period to respond to people with, like, what, what's the range? What's the range where people are happy but also not weirded out and actually doable?
We have our non-piss offable KPI is under 24 hours.
Under 24 hours.
24 hours in one business day. Weekends are kind of okay, but even weekends, some people they don't understand how time works. So we try under 24 hours. Well, you put something in on like a Friday night and you're like, wow, this brand hasn't gotten back to me. It's been forever. And they don't realize it's a weekend. But we try for under 12 hours, and everybody wants an instant response. So anything that you can do instantly with AI and just automations, that's even better.
Zoe, I'm thinking about this as like a scale as well. So, when you bring up these Shopify brands, there's brands doing $1 million, there's brands doing $10 million, there's brands doing $100 million. What do you think that brand that does $100 million understands about their customers more than the brand that's doing $1 million that they usually don't? Like, what has allowed them to graduate because they understand their customers so well?
A brand that is scaling that fast in a long-term way with like longevity, because I want to differentiate the brands that scale that fast from doing sketchy shit.
Yeah.
just to put it out there, because sometimes we see brands that are making a lot of money, but they don't care about their consumers, and we're like, this isn't going to last forever.
Wow, really?
Totally.
Yeah, it happened. Yeah, it's the people on Twitter that won't tell you what their brand name is.
All right.
What's your brand?
Wow.
Can't tell you. All right, dude. Got it.
Those ones.
Yeah.
Those ones, if you go into their inbox, you're like, oh, you make a lot of money, but this isn't going to last forever. Everyone's mad at you.
Photos of Amex cards. Yeah, it's the classic.
Yeah. So if we get those ones out of the way, the ones that are building a long-term business for forever, or they care about their consumers, they're listening to the feedback from their consumers in any function. So they're reading reviews and understanding like how do we actually get good reviews, and people want to tell us about tell their friends about us and write a review because they actually like love our product, and they're making decisions based on what their consumers are telling them. And this is in the inbox, this is through surveys, this is through any like social media posts. They're listening to their consumers and they're making decisions based on them rather than just based on what they think is right, and just using all of that feedback and moving their business towards what their consumers or their potential consumers actually want.
Yeah.
Zoe, because you mentioned it, I mean, we have to talk about it. What are the sketchy things? What's the list of sketchy things that you see happening that may make you money in the short term but hurt you in the long term? Yeah, like, give us the don'ts. Give us the sketchy don'ts that we should all be aware of.
So this is where customer experience gets very broad, right?
Yeah.
It comes down to, if you're making an ad that is promising something, you're not setting the correct what's the word, like expectations. You're setting unrealistic expectations for your product. It's just, yes, that will get sales because people think that they're going to get what you're telling them, but then the return rate, and this is the other thing that the Twitter people that don't have their brand name in there, they won't tell you their return rate. They'll tell you how much revenue is coming in, but if you look at how many returns they have, you're like, holy shit. Wow. 50% of your people are returning.
Oh.
You know, I've seen it. It's been pretty bad.
Crazy.
So if there's unrealistic expectations from the marketing, it's tempting, right? Because it works to convert. And then it is tempting because some people won't return, but they won't come back and buy again. So you do get short-term gain from it, but you're setting yourself up for failure, and some people don't care. And then also making things hard or misleading on the website. So this happens a lot with there's a gray area with like subscriptions. So if you are not being very clear that someone's signing up for a subscription, it's okay, I think, to like make it a little bit hard to cancel, not in like a horrible way, but like, to let people ask them a couple questions before they cancel, so you're understanding them. And it's not so easy to just press cancel if you're doing it in like a intentional way that you're wanting to get feedback. But if you're signing people up for subscriptions that they didn't even know that they are signing up for, it's never good. People get really, really upset, and it just hurts your brand image.
That's a recipe for bad reviews and
absolutely
better business bureau write-ups. That doesn't make people happy.
Wow. Zoe, as we're on this, keep going.
I was going to give a tip for any brands, because maybe you're one of those Twitter brands that's listening to this and I hurt your feelings.
Maybe they needed it. Maybe they needed it. So
they need to hear this.
Truth hurts sometimes.
They need to hear this.
Here's a tip to get out of it. So you have to like look inwards and understand what you're doing first, and kind of like start setting realistic expectations for your customers. Like maybe don't guarantee they'll lose 30 pounds in 30 days kind of thing. But once you start changing the way you market and getting good reviews, and like your product works, and you set up automations where every time someone gives your customer support a 5-star rating, or think of anything that like that customer is happy, and get rid of people where that they're unhappy, and try not to like make segments that target them, but ask people to write a review on your BBB that that they're already happy, and you can automate this in Klaviyo. It's a big miss that people who want better reviews like Trustpilot and BBB, it really, really works without trying very hard to set up those automations so that you can get out of the hole of like the negative reviews.
Wow. I mean, okay, so Zoe, in line of spicy takes, is there any best practices for CX that you fundamentally disagree with, where you're like, no, these don't make any sense anymore, but somehow they're still a best practice in our industry?
There's some like AI stuff going on that it's more so setting up AI, and I'm very, very for AI, but it's not a set it and forget it. So if you set up AI and nobody's managing it, that's when you can get into trouble that way. So it is a best practice to create the foundation, set up the AI, make sure that your humans are doing human things that need to be done, and have AI handle the rest. But it needs to be a best practice that AI is managed just like a human.
Totally.
Yeah.
Completely agree.
I think I think anything in our world where you set it and forget it, it ends up being oh, what happened? Oh, it's because I didn't look at it for 4 months. Now I have a problem.
Yeah.
That's a good word. Zoe, tell me this. We appreciate you making the time to join us. Tell me this. People want to find you, talk with you. Maybe they've already gone off the deep end and they do need their Better Business Bureau ratings and such recovered. Where do they go? Where's the best place to talk to you, get involved with you, etc.?
Yeah, you can book a call on our website. It's inevitableagency.co. Or you can find me on Twitter or LinkedIn. And I know I'm joking around about the bad brands. However, there is no judgment on when you hand over your CX. It's like you're handing over your diary. And so sometimes it's hard for people to hand it over and have someone look at it. And there is no judgment. Like, I think one of the things with booking a call is it's hard because of that. So there's no judgment. We've seen it all. We've seen probably way worse than what you're dealing with, but you do have to get ahead of it for Black Friday if you want to make sure that you're,
Good point.
Zoe,
take some time to clean up. Or if you want to make sure that you get into a good spot before you get to that bad spot of needing cleanup, we can help set those foundations so that you're good to go.
Let's go.
Incredible. I think everybody should go talk with Zoe. And if you do need to hand over your diary, like, who else would you rather hand it over to?
No judgment. Let me help you reduce your stress.
It's a judgment-free zone, and maybe even one of the illustrious no shippers will book a call, Zoe, and they'll be like, "Hey,
there we go.
We haven't been shipping any product to people. I don't get people don't like us in the customer.
Why are people upset?
Support. Why are people upset? Can you help us?
Why are you
help
upset?
us?
I don't get it.
Who knows?
Yeah,
Zoe, we appreciate you making the time to join us. We look forward to having you back. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Wouldn't that be hilarious if she had a call with a no shipper? For those who don't know what a no shipper is, a no shipper is
people are upset.
Somebody who illegally never ships your products.
Terrible.
That is,
dude,
true black hat crime. Like, that's not a way to win. Okay, not a way to win.
I've heard some crazy black hat stuff in that same vein too, that I won't say on air because it's like biblically horrible, but like there's some crazy things people have done.
It's the Wild West.
It is.
On the wild, wild web. Moving forward to some great finds upon the interwebs on our way there. A word from our sponsors over at Trend Track and Rich Panel. Play it for us, producer Jack. Your CX team is buried in repeat tickets that are costing you money. Rich Panel is the AI help desk that fixes this massive headache and automates 70 to 80% of your interactions. You're only responsible for the exceptions. Your team of Rich Panel AI agents has got you on the rest end to end. If you're paying humans $2 to $10 per ticket, you need to see what 30 cents feels like. Ridge did this, cut their cost per ticket by 70%, save $500,000, and 50% autonomous resolution in 30 days guaranteed, or your money back. Go to richpanel.com, book your demo today. Many thanks for Rich Panel being part. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to know what's really working right now, not what worked 6 months ago, but what's actually scaling on the market today, Trend Track gives you full access to the marketing playbook of any brand in the world. From every Meta, Google, TikTok ad they run to every email newsletter they send their customers, your direct competitors, the biggest players on the market, is all there. All the market data centralized in one place, refreshed every 24 hours. Go to trendtrack.io and get hooked up with them today. Know what's actually working on the internet. Many thanks for Trend Track being part of the show. Great finds upon the internets, my friend. The first of which I would say is a unique form factor, some unique packaging inside the CPG world, specifically for butter. And I would like to get your thoughts on this, Colin Dougherty, as my butter half on this show. This comes to us by way of It's Andrea over at the Snack Shot. She has found organic grass-fed butter that comes up in a sort of twist up stick form. much like a push-up, as hopefully you have had in your childhood, if you remember these kind of push-ups. But I believe this is
love
a
these.
twist-up. Kind of looks like deodorant, to be honest. But methinks this could be a very winsome form for just being able to, if it's soft, and I can just, let me just stick on my butter here real quick, stick on my toast, on my sandwich, etc. This could be a winsome new form factor for butter. Your thoughts on this?
One, I love the logo. Check out that logo from the rip. Cowboy riding a cow.
Let's go.
It's got a little lasso. That's
Yeah.
fun. I absolutely love that. That's a home run. That's a nice little vibe right there. Two, I completely agree with this. I think this is an amazing form factor. I think it's good if it's like a toe steel. Like if you're maybe not, because like you can also still just like twist it off and then just kind of chop a piece off for anything else too. But for your toast, you can kind of do some stuff, maybe some butter. I like this a lot. I think this is fun. And also it takes up a little less room too. I feel like this is a good little vibe.
Twist and spread is what the directions. Here's what I like. I like soft butter that's ready to go. I want that thing to ride easy on the toast. I don't want like this cold thing where you end up destroying your bread. You know what I'm saying?
I completely agree with this.
Sometimes
you agree with this.
There's a butter boat. If one has not experienced the butter boat, have you experienced a butter boat, sir?
I'm so hip. I'm so hip to this.
Big fan of the butter boat. Get a big one, call it a butter yacht if you desire. But my wonder here is, can this twist and spread form, can this essentially be a kind of butter boat that doesn't have to live in my fridge? If it lives in my fridge, I know it's going to be hard to spread. I want to like have it on the table and be ready to stick them and go. That's what I want. If it can do that, I'm down.
It's kind of a nice little party trick if you have guests over for dinner and then out of nowhere you just like,
right.
Like, wait, what's going on there? What are you doing right there? You're like, oh, grass-fed organic butter. Check it out.
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah, maybe you twist it up, and then just take a big lick of it. Just
as like as a way to assert dominance over your guest. This will be my stick now. Thanks for coming.
Yes, as one must. You must find a way to signal dominance. In any social interaction. You know,
of course.
Why not invite people over and lick the butter stick?
Yeah.
Interesting way to go about it. Next, Van Man now has orange soda made from scratch. Van Man continues to win. Wow. You know, we go to San Diego quite soon for Commerce Roundtable. We must go to Van Man's restaurant. We must partake of the craft, handmade, in-house orange soda. I can only dream that this is like made with actual orange juice. That would be my guess.
Yeah, Jack, can you scroll up to see what it's made of? A little bit. Just scroll up a little bit. House pressed orange juice. Reverse osmosis water, super big flex there. That's sick. Organic cane sugar, organic orange peel, and then
Redmond's real salt.
Real salt. Nice. Do you think it's carbonated?
It's got to be. It's orange soda.
It's got to be. No, it's carbonated. I'm dumb. It's right there. Yeah. Wow. This is really cool. I really want to try this.
I want to try it, and I want to order like whatever his standard meal is. You know, I want to order 2 for me.
You want 2?
Dose.
We should get some before the show and then some for after the show.
Yeah.
So we have like just some emergency Van Man on hand.
Double the pleasure, double the fun.
Double emergency Van Man on hand.
This is one of for those who are not aware. There are a few things I want to do out in San Diego when we go to Commerce Roundtable, eating at Van Man's, and perhaps with said Starlink going live at Van Man's. Yeah. That's on the docket. That's on the docket.
There we go. Let's go.
I also want a sushi burrito while we are in Southern California.
Wow. Okay.
You're not digging.
Have you had a sushi burrito?
Yeah, they're great.
Underwhelming.
Wow. Well,
underwhelming.
I'll tell you what's not going to be underwhelming is this soda. And
That's
I'm
fair.
down. when we go to Van Man's part of the world. Next on our great finds, Bugatti has made a $400,000 TV. Believe it or not, it does exist. Okay, we need the full video here to see how this thing works, though. Producer Jack, can you? Is this like at the start of the video? Look at this. Okay, we got. Yeah, we don't want to get dinged. Look at this TV. Okay. This is a TV that costs as much as a home, and it pops up, it unfolds. Is this necessary? No. Is it kind of cool? Yeah, I think it's kind of cool. I don't know how many of these are going to be sold. I think somebody on the interwebs said Bugatti will sell precisely one of these. What do you think of this TV? A $400,000 unfolding television.
I just imagine, you got a guy over to watch the game. You got some friends over, and they're like, "Oh, dude, turn on the TV." It's like, "Oh, hold on, let me activate my casket-like TV first to levitate from the ground and open up." This thing is an absolute gigantic waste of money. I also, and I know this is going to sound so weird, I don't understand Bugatti. Like, I don't understand the appeal. I don't think it looks good. I don't understand the price. I mean, maybe like some people love it and it's like cool, but I just like totally do not get it whatsoever. Like, if I'm at that level, there's so many other cars that I'm purchasing other than that. It's just like, it's like, cool, you have a Bugatti. Great.
I don't, it's a car. They make cars, correct?
Yeah, they make cars. They're supercars.
Apparently they're getting into the TV game, which is
terrible.
Interesting. It's I don't know how many cars they sell, but however many cars they sell, I think they're going to sell a lot fewer TVs. Moving forward, on the other end of the spectrum, Japanese fire truck. Would you like a Japanese fire truck, Colin Dougherty?
So sick. So sick.
Love a Japanese fire truck. This comes to us by way of Land Force. He has this to say. Okay, my neighbor has this retired Toyota fire truck imported from Japan. Super low miles, only used in emergencies, maintained by Japanese firemen. All-wheel drive diesel. It's just a 1995 4Runner on the inside. Was $13K all in with broker fees. They have tons of different configurations you can do too. It is insane. This was a response to the tweet Dennis Hegstead put out about these said trucks. This thing is gas to me.
This is sick.
I would love even one of these.
I wouldn't even mod this. I'd keep it as a Japanese fire truck and drive it around.
Right.
I drive it around unironically because it's sick.
It's so cool.
Also, crazy reliable too. It's Toyota guts. It's been maintained, and it's basically a Toyota 4Runner on the inside. So the UX experience is like pretty standard issue.
I would think it's been around for 30 years. Let's say it's like, super low mileage. I don't know. What's super low? Is it 50,000 miles? Something like that? You guess? 60? 70?
Yeah, low miles for this is probably 30.
That'd be tight to get this 30,000 miles. Okay. It's a 30-year-old fire truck. And I can
weekender.
I can bebop around the neighborhood in that guy. Imagine like hooking that thing up and like having my kids roll out the hose and like spray each other with it. Like you would be everybody's favorite guy in the neighborhood. Like, let's go play with Mr. Dougherty's Japanese fire truck.
Yes.
Also, this would be great.
Also, people are going to get out of the way for you too, because they're going to be like, wait, what's going on here? I feel like it's an emergency vehicle that I don't know about.
Exactly.
I got to get out of the way.
Fire up the lights. Let it run.
Yeah, you're going to get to places quicker too. So I'm a huge fan of this. This is hilarious. And for $13K and I can get a sick truck. Who else has a Japanese fire truck?
I don't know.
Exactly.
Ooh, yeah.
That's cool. I would rather talk to the guy that has a Japanese fire truck than a Bugatti.
And imagine rolling up to the like Toyota dealership, Toyota Care Center.
No, the Toyota meetups. People rolling up with like their souped up Toyotas and like you're like, what's up?
You're rolling up in your fire truck.
Yo,
Yeah, baby.
yo, come over here. I'll hit the horn. Come over here.
This would be like a real. It's an attractor of eyes. You know, you're going to be everybody's favorite guy. You're driving around
Yeah.
a 13K Toyota
Sick.
Japanese fire truck.
Yeah, definitely not your regular vehicle, but your weekender. That's the
Yeah.
move. This is a cool
Great
weekender.
Great weekender, and perhaps we'll see a few in the United States and beyond. Surfaced here by the one and only Olivia Corey. She says, "What a time for dogs to be alive! A perfect dog gift." This, I think,
Dude.
Sully for Sully.
Okay.
Look at this.
I thought about this for Sully genuinely. I don't think he would allow it.
You don't think he would get strapped up for the automatic massage?
He hates life vests already. He despises life vests, absolutely despises them. So you want me to put on him a life vest like thing with hands that move? He's going to try to just gobble these up.
You're going to try and eat them?
Yes, dude. He's going to try to eat them and bite them and just like rip them away.
I was convinced that this was not real. I
could see it being real.
I assumed like this is an AI ad. Okay.
No, this is real.
No shame in the AI ad. But I did go look up the website Pawnestify. It is real. It is real. I looked at they have a few products. Okay. The big one that they're pushing is the calming massager. I don't know if I trust. Like, is this thing going to work? You know, I don't know. But you can purchase it. One for how much would you guess? How much is this baby rolling for?
Ooh, $120.
$54.99.
Yeah.
If you buy two, you get one free. If you buy one, you get one 50% off. That doesn't quite make sense.
That doesn't make any sense at all.
That doesn't quite make sense. But anyway, and you can choose either black or green. I don't think I'm going to be buying it. I
genuinely could see the use case for like older dogs that need like stimulation for like movements of their muscles or joints or something like that. I could see you kind of making the use case argument there. But like, I don't think a super energetic young dog is going to allow this.
It actually made me a little sad. It made me think like,
you could also just pet your dog.
I should just be petting my dog.
You should also just pet your dog.
It made me a little sad, you know, to think about, I'm going to strap you up with this thing so I don't have to touch you anymore. You know, it made me a little
terrible.
Sad.
That's terrible.
A little dystopian. It's kind of how I felt. Like, I'm going to strap my dog up with this thing so I no longer have to, be in physical contact with it. It's going to save me. It's going to save me massaging my dog.
That's no good.
I don't think I will use it, but I do find it very interesting moving forward, ladies and gentlemen, to watch and react. An offer too good for one to refuse. We shall see on our way there. Word from our sponsors over at Rocked After Sale and North Beam. Play it for us, producer Jack. If you're getting 5,000 orders a month and you can sprinkle in $3 to $4 extra on each one of those without touching your ads, wouldn't that be nice? Yeah, it would. That's what brands like Olakai, Cozy Earth, Groove Life are doing with Rocked After Sale every single day by adding post-purchase upsells and downsells from the cart through the thank you page and then stacking an extra 30 to 50 cents just by showing offers from Disney Plus, HelloFresh, Venmo, etc. It's high margin revenue straight to your bottom line. You can be live in minutes. Go to aftersale.com/offers. Truly a no-brainer. Many thanks for Rocked After Sale being part of If you're in the ads manager all day long, you know the problem. Every platform takes credit. Every dashboard tells a different story. Meta says this, TikTok says that. Shopify says I made this much, I spent that much. Sometimes it's hard to know which ad platform is telling the truth. Northbeam fixes this with their own proprietary data. Starting from the actual purchase, rebuilding the customer journey from real orders, real clicks, real verified ad views, and then pushing that measurement back into the ad platform so they optimize on what's actually driving your revenue, not what those platforms assume is driving your revenue. Start measuring what was previously unmeasurable. Go to northbeam.io. Book your demo today. Many thanks for Northbeam being a deep clean.
You love a deep clean
for $10,000, huh?
You love a deep clean.
I love a deep clean. And I have to say, a lot of reaction on the timeline about this right now. Here's my point though. A lot of us are scared of I don't want to offer too much, you know. I don't want to put out an absurd price because nobody will buy it. When I first saw this deep clean of my house for 10K and I saw the details of what he was doing, I said, oh, I think I put me in that camp. I'm ready for one of those. I mean, the fact is, like, there is a buyer segment for this. There is. And,
Okay.
you know, you could offer for $500 or you could offer for 10K. I think that this guy's going to have a lot of business. And I think that people should watch it. And
Let's
we
see
should
it.
react. Why don't you play this sound on, Producer Jack? We may have you go sound off at a certain point. But go ahead and play this for us.
Today, I charged my client $10,000 to deep clean their moving ready home. $10,000 for a moving deep cleaning? That is absurd. I know, most people think this
That's
is
you
a crazy
making
price
creative.
until they see what's included. Here's what they got. We started with the kitchen. Every cabinet was fully detailed, including the fronts, edges, corners, and tops where a bunch of grease and buildup usually collect. We pulled the appliances away from the walls and cleaned completely behind and underneath them, removing years of food, grease, dust, and debris that regular cleaning never reaches. The stove was fully detailed, including the small corners and edges where food and grease get trapped. The microwave was scrubbed inside and out, removing all food splatter and buildup. The refrigerator was completely detailed, including the handles, edges, and filters, where we found mold and grime hiding inside. The kitchen tile was steam cleaned to break down dirt trapped in the surface and grout. And even the pantry shelves were disassembled and steam cleaned. Once everything was detailed, we steam mopped the entire kitchen floor until it was pristine. We then moved into the bathrooms. The toilet had a heavy ring that had to be completely removed. We then steam cleaned all around the toilet, especially around the base and small areas where grime tends to collect. The shower glass was covered in hard watermarks, so it was scrubbed in detail until the glass was crystal clear again. The faucets were also covered in mineral buildup that we cleaned off and polished carefully. The sink drains were removed and cleaned from the inside, pulling out hair, grime, and buildup that had been sitting underneath. Not only did we disassemble and wash all light fixtures, but also used our steel wool to remove all rust present. From there, we moved through the rest of the home. Every window track was vacuumed, scrubbed, and detailed to remove trapped dust, dead bugs, mold, and debris. The blinds were removed, pressure washed, and put back in place perfectly.
Airbnb
Baseboards
owners
throughout
are
the entire
telling
home
you they're
were
doing for that
scrubbed
cleaning
from
fee.
end to end. Every door was completely scrubbed and wiped down. Not just the
Okay,
handles,
you
but
can
the
go
entire
volume off
surface,
here, Producer
edges,
Jack.
frames. The air
But let the video continue to play. The detail, the amount of
crazy.
detail that he's
It's
going
crazy.
into here.
Yeah,
like
it's crazy.
At first listen, I know it's like, oh, 10K, golly, who's this guy think he is? But he keeps going and he keeps going.
Yeah.
He keeps going.
Entire
You see all
house.
the detail. To
And
me,
garage.
like, this is a great deal. It's exactly what I want to happen in my house.
Yeah, I also see a use case for it for people that are trying to sell their home if it's a really high ticket home. So like before you have that open house, you maybe get this guy to come in there and just polish that bad boy up.
Yes.
Because probably you're going to end up selling your home for more than the value that he is charging you for the clean. So then as a result, you're net positive on it because the perception is your house is so much cleaner and nicer as a result of the clean. I think it's really cool.
Look at what he's doing underneath like the shower. I mean, it's just like everything, like it starts to stack. Like when I think about my home, like this is what I want. Now I don't want to do that, but I do want my house to be like this. I even wonder, some of us have many pets. Some of us have many children. And, things get dirty. They do. Okay.
Pretty quick.
Despite all of the attempts to hold the dirtiness at bay, things get dirty. And I think that this is super smart. And there needs to be more people inside of our space who just say, what's like the regular going price? Okay, I'm going to 10X that. But let me show you all the value that I'm putting into this. And
Nice,
let
Jack.
me give you a specific frame. Let me give you a specific frame. Move in ready. Trying to sell your home. You want to move into this home. Okay. We are going to take this thing to the zenith, and we're going to do much more than anybody ever would. Not just the places that you see. We're going to clean all the places that you don't see. Let me show you how I think there's so much value to this, and there's a lot to take away for us, especially on the service side and consumer, like what you're doing to help like the clients and partners that you work with. I also think like there's potential here for consumer brands that maybe they want to sell a $5,000 mini fridge, which these things exist. Okay.
Yeah.
You want to sell me a $5,000 mini fridge? Okay. Like take this thing to the zenith. Like show me all of the aspects that this does that I didn't even know a mini fridge should do. Like go that route. Like there is a path to selling things for ridiculous amounts of money if you have the right frame and you value stack, etc. I think this is an exemplary example of that.
I'm a sicko. I want to put this guy into a hoarder's house, and I want him to make a before and after video for me so badly.
Yes.
And just be like, hey, we purchased this hoarder house. Here's you going in and like that. And it's like you see the house now. Like you can actually see the floors. It's beautiful. But it's just this guy in there cooking, like steaming everything, steaming the walls, doing all of it. I'd love to see that. I think it makes for also incredible content too. This guy's organic probably rips on before and afters.
And well, how about this? Maybe he develops an offer for, people who are just still living in their home. They're not moving out. They're not moving in. They want, this kind of level of clean. Yeah. Let me throw you a couple more bands, and you just move out all my stuff, and you do all the cleaning, and then move my stuff back in.
Oh my gosh, that sounds like a lot.
I know, but think about it. Move all the stuff out of my house for how long does this clean take? Is it
8 hours?
Is it a day? Is it 2 days? I don't know. But let's throw a few more bands on there. Move out all my stuff, do this for my house, then move it back in. Also, like help me get rid of a bunch of stuff too. Huh? Ooh. I know we're like scope creep now, but I'm just saying. I think there is a market for this.
That's fair. I completely agree. This is a good one.
Very interesting. Moving forward, ladies and gentlemen, to our words of wisdom in our closing time of today's show. On our way, a word from our sponsors over at Propel and Seguno. Play it for us, producer Jack. Seguno is the only marketing suite that lives entirely inside of Shopify. What's that mean, Chris? Your emails, your pop-ups, your banners, your reviews, it's all there where you already work and play every day. And it means that you don't have to seed your trust to big email that's over attributed data. With Seguno, your Shopify data is the email data. It's a big reason why they won the 2024 Shopify Build App of the Year. One-click automations, actual humans that can help you build for lean teams with big aspirations. Go get the advanced Shopify segmentation playbook at the URL scrolling across the screen. Get a free trial of the platform. Tell them Colin I sent you. We'll extend that free trial to 30 days. Many thanks for Seguno being part of this. People are the most important part of your business, and finding real A players is hard and incredibly time-consuming. Propel is the best recruitment agency out there for e-com brands and agencies who source talent from the US, Latin America, and beyond. We're talking video editors, graphic designers, media buyers, and more. The best part is they work on performance. You only pay a one-off fee, no retainers and no ongoing costs. Every hire comes backed by a free month guarantee. Go to wearepropel.com/ecom-cowboy-propel. If you mention Ecomm Cowboy, you're gonna get 10% off your first hire. Many thanks for Propel being part of this. Words of wisdom from the interwebs, ladies and gentlemen. Takeaways, things to consider, put in your back pocket as we make our way up and to the right forever and ever. Amen. The first of which, an internet password keeper. It's true, ladies and gentlemen. There is a customer segment for just about every product in the whole world. Okay. This comes to us by way of Eric St. Martin. He has this to say: checks date. It's 2026. This is an actual book in a major bookstore. This is like Barnes and Noble or something. Can't you see this existing in Barnes and Noble?
100%.
In the technology section, not a Spencer's as a gag gift or something. This is a book for keeping your internet passwords. You write them down. And actually, I think I could see this being like a like a very valuable gift for the boomers. You know, my point here is like there's probably a customer segment for everything. That is my point here. Your thoughts on this, Colin Dougherty?
Folks, please don't use this, because a couple years ago, my life was forever changed when I decided to use a piece of technology called 1Password. It basically changed my life forever, and I'm never going back ever. And you're going to have to pry it from my cold, dead hands, because it's that fundamentally life-changing for me. I used to go all over the place and be like, oh, that's my password here, blah, blah, blah. Then I started using this. They're not even a sponsor of the show. They're no way related to the show, but I love them. I would have named my firstborn after 1Password if I could.
No.
Hey, little Dougherty. Tommy 1Password Dougherty. I would do it. 1Password. If you hear this, just know that I love you and I know the product you built. You don't have to use a book. Use something cool and actually useful in 2026.
But also kind of crazy. Kind of crazy that this thing exists.
Don't use it.
Kind of crazy. Next, from Max Sturdivant over at Well Copy. He has this to say: what to offer subscribers when they cancel based on the most common objections. Bring this up for us, producer Jack. Too expensive? A discount on their next order, or a commitment offer like 3 months at 30% off. Too much product? Oh, just delay. Delay. Couple weeks, 4 weeks, 6 weeks. This is the number one avoidable reason people cancel, and it's a timing problem instead of a price one. Not seeing results? Quick little education. Quick education on the timeline they'll most likely see results in, paired with a delay, so it's more flexible to get there. Switching products, a one-click swap to the product they actually want. You keep the subscription, and they get the right fit. Don't need it anymore. Give them a frictionless exit, but also offer a delay order first as their softer option. Add these to your cancel flow. I think very wise and astute. And I think we need more of this. Give me like a little handy, what to do in case of I want to cancel my subscription. I think this is great from Max Sturdivant.
Max constantly dropping gems on the timeline. If you're not following him, I don't know what you're doing. It's like you don't want to make money for your business if you're not following him. The way that, he's just giving all of this away for free. It's bananas. This is the sauce that everybody wants. And guess what? He's just dropping it for free. That's probably why he is who he is and why he is going to be scaling to infinity. Just listen to these things, implement them into your business, and you'll probably make more money.
As an operator, one-man marketing team, a few years ago, if I had seen this, I'd be like, oh man, I'm going to go implement all this stuff. Once you get busy though, too busy as a brand owner, etc., what I see is like, oh man, that's great. Please let me just hire Max to do this. That's what I take away. You know what I'm saying? All the knowledge bombs, the little quick, hey, do this, do that. It's like, oh man, that's really smart. Like we should just hire this guy. This guy 100%. Should do it. So I think all of the cracked frameworks and things that he drops, it just makes me want to hire him more. Next, Raindrop has a little agency of the year celebration at Olive Garden, and I don't know what the takeaway here is, other than I think this is awesome. Okay, this comes from Jacques over at Raindrop. He had this to say: celebrated our Ad Age Small Agency of the Year award flex with the team at Olive Garden. Double flex. Where our opportunities for the future as an agency and the breadsticks are unlimited. Team members who worked remotely joined us at locations near their home throughout the country as well. So cool. Here's what I'll say. I mean, winning this award, totally deserving.
Incredible.
They do incredible work. Secondly, what I'll say, if they had dropped like a fancy Nobu or something, probably wouldn't have got that much attention. But when he says like we went and celebrated at Olive Garden, where the breadsticks and our future as well are all unlimited, it like makes me love them even more, and it gets great attention from me. I think I don't know what to say other than I think this is awesome.
Also, like, I think people will be like, oh, you know, there's just some stuff at Nobu I don't like, blah, blah. My palate's super particular. Everybody loves everything at Olive Garden. Olive Garden is delicious.
It is.
Olive Garden is the people's dinner. You have delicious
totally
breadsticks. You got delicious pasta. You also got a ton of other stuff there. It is awesome. You're never going to have a bad time at Olive Garden because at least you got some delicious breadsticks.
I would consider Olive Garden to be like Nickelback and Creed. What have we been told? Oh, Nickelback and Creed so bad. What have we been told? Olive
No.
Garden so bad. But actually, you just go and try it, and then you remember how awesome it is, and it's so good. And why haven't I been here? In the past few years, I'm going back for more unlimited breadsticks and salad, and a tour of Italy.
You get a stick, dip that in some butter, dip that in a little olive oil, chomp it. If you're sad after that, I'd be shocked.
Yeah, bro. Who can be sad after carbo loading? You know what I'm saying?
Oh my gosh. And guess what? They're unlimited. You don't have to worry about them running out.
Yeah.
Unlimited.
You know what else is unlimited afterward? Your nap time. You go for a big boy nap after loading up on unlimited breadsticks.
Yeah.
Very, very astute. And I would say a double flex. We won small agency of the year. Double flex. We're going to Olive Garden where everybody's happy because of unlimited carbs.
Yeah, unlimited carbs. They also have meat too. They also have meat.
They do.
They have protein. They're not just carbs.
They do. They have those things. But let's be honest. We all go for the
breadsticks.
We go for the bread. We go for the pasta. We go for the unlimitedness of all of those things.
You ever had their cheesecake?
I have not.
Oh my gosh, dude. It's like I can't even talk to you right now. It's so good.
I'll say this too. Don't sleep on the steak at Olive Garden. I have ordered the steak at Olive Garden numerous times. Never been disappointed.
Wow. You heard it here first.
Yeah, you heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Good on Jacques and everyone over at Raindrop. This coming to us by way of RF Kenmore. He's down on the Lululemon shopping experience. I just want to bring this up. Perhaps there is something for us to learn and take away from here. This feels very millennial, minimalist. Nothing on my website so much white space coded that was so popular, call it 5 years ago. There is something to consider here, okay? RF Kenmore has this to say: shopping experience at Lululemon has gotten dire. Everything is blurring together. Styling is unappealing. The product names are Word Soup, Steady State Superloft, Smooth Spacer, Ease the Day, Unshaken Relaxed. I don't know what I'm looking at 90% of the time. As a consumer, I feel lost. Strong words here from RF Kenmore. Scroll through some of these pictures here, Producer Jack. I will say it does feel a little cold. It feels a little cold as I look at it here. I don't feel like excited. I don't feel like, oh, I'm gonna be so happy after I put these clothes on. It feels a little futuristic, maybe. Feels like I'm in the cold spaceship or something. Your thoughts on this?
This is probably why Kevin Plank at Under Armour was so excited, because they're going to take the place of Under Armour being the uncool brand. Lululemon's right on their tails. It's like, who's going to compete for being the most like totally millennial gray brand in the world? Under Armour's like, no, I got it. And Lulu's like, watch out. I'm about to score big time here. Check out how boring I can be.
Oh boy.
We've just partnered with Sleep Number, where you can browse our website and fall asleep. Golly, get it together.
It feels a little cold, doesn't it? It feels a little.
It feels like uninspired.
It feels a little.
It feels
sad.
Uninspired. It's like, what are we looking at here? It's just like millennial gray and sadness.
It feels that way to me. It feels a little.
Under Armour and Lululemon are going to get into a fight. It's like two vanilla ice cream cones fighting each other.
Mm. Yeah, it doesn't feel warm and happy. I'll say that. It feels cold.
Doesn't feel like Olive Garden.
It doesn't feel like Olive Garden, which I feel very warm when I think about Olive Garden.
And full.
And happy.
and happy.
Some things to learn from there. RF Kenmore always peeking around the next corner. Last of our words of wisdom, Billy Billy. Producer Jack, have you ever heard of Billy Billy? I have heard of Billy Billy. I see no chat from producer. Oh, she has. She's aware. Billy Billy to take on YouTube globally. Producer Jack apparently watches some shows on Billy Billy. Just in, Chinese YouTube, quote, Chinese YouTube, Billy Billy is expanding globally with a new international app, English language website, and push to recruit Western creators. Word of wisdom here. Somebody should take note, okay? Western creators. Somebody should take note. Methinks there's going to be some arbitrage moment for people to get their said content that they are producing daily upon Billy Billy for a global English first audience. I find this very interesting.
When are the ads coming? Tell me how your ads manager is. I don't care if it's in Chinese. As long as it's cheap, I will comb through it. I will make it work for brands. I don't care if it's Chinese. If you have low CPMs, if you have $2, $1 CPMs,
please
talk to me. I will deal with the UI issue of the fact that it's fully in Chinese and I have to work through it. I will hire someone to translate it if it's that cheap. That's how much I want low CPMs.
Even better if it's all in English, which what sounds like they're rolling out here. I'm
don't even need it.
I'm interested. I'm interested. I've never been on Billy Billy. I think I've heard of it. I
use it all the time.
No, you don't. You don't. You've never used it before. You've never used it before in your life.
I use it every day.
You do not use Billy Billy. You have never been on billybilly.com or whatever the said app is. It's just becoming available.
I'm always sending you Billy Billy links.
You have never sent me a Billy Billy before in your entire life.
I'll be like, yo, Billy Billy, check this out. And that's how I send it.
Billy Billy is kind of a great nickname.
Nickname.
For the group chat. What up, Billy Billy?
Billy Billy. That's fun.
Moving forward to our moment of Zen, ladies and gentlemen. I have saved the best for last. I have. On our way there. A word from our sponsors over at Postscript. Play it for us, producer Jack. There's a reason when people make a switch from whatever SMS partner they have at Postscript, they see a plus 22% increase in SMS revenue on average. Now, I didn't see that. I saw a whole lot more. Went from making very little money on SMS to being the top 1% account in their entire platform inside of a year. And the secret is, I just did what they said. And what they are saying is that you're leaving money on the table and your customers text you back. Go get the conversation report, direct-to-consumer.co/the conversation report. The good news is Postscript's AI shopper can now have one-to-one conversations with your customers at scale. Many thanks for Postscript being part of the show. Deal of the century? Where might that be coming from? Colin
For
Dougherty,
me?
Chris Hall. It's coming from B-Dubs. That is the one and only Buffalo Wild Wings. I surfaced this here as a moment of Zen, ladies and gentlemen, as we enter not Euro summer, but American fall, where NFL football and college football is played.
Gosh, I'm excited.
One of the greatest seasons of the year, that is Americana fall. In the midst of said American fall that is coming and is upon us, Buffalo Wild Wings is offering all-you-can-eat boneless wings and fries Thursday through Saturday. Incredible. Only $19.99. Dine-in only. Thursday through Saturday when football is being played. Come in, stay as long as you like. Unlimited boneless wings and fries while you're there. I do have to add a detail here. The tweet says here, Thursday through Saturday this fall. I did a little checking. I think this is actually only good through the end of the month. I'm sorry.
Terrible.
I'm sorry to report that.
Terrible.
I did want to surface this incredible deal. Consider that it's throughout the entire fall and just take that in and soak it in. What an incredible opportunity. As we exit the show, final thoughts, words of wisdom from you, Colin Dougherty.
Look, football's huge for Americans. You need to start tailoring your offers around the season. And if you do that, you're going to make a lot of money.
The best 5 or 6 months of the year. Many thanks to the one and only Marcus O, who joined us on the show today, CEO at Perfect Evolution, talking about accessibility and more. Very important topic should you not want to get sued and you want to be found in LLMs. Many thanks to Zoe Kahn of Inevitable Agency for joining us, talking about CX and how to win and more. Many thanks to Slash, Seguno, Postscript, Rocked, Afterself, Sati, Proxima, Universal Ads, TIE, Trend Track, Propel, Rich Panel, Intelligems, North Beam, and more for making this show possible. Thank you for joining us. We will be here tomorrow. See you on the other side.